Okay, guys, we're
So,
about to
folks,
do another fantastic show. But before we do that, please
please
go to YouTube, like, subscribe,
subscribe,
share.
share.
So let me introduce our panel for today. As you know, this is part of our endometriosis summit that we'll be running month long here at the Great Black Detox throughout March. And this is our third interview and panel discussion. We had a great discussion this week with the Hidden Truth investigator from the UK. And continuing today, we have a very special guest. First of all, let me introduce my co-P, Dr. Amsu. You're looking very bright over there, my brother.
It's all about yellow, mate. It's all about yellow.
So we're all sporting at least one shade on. I didn't get
20 years ago, I'd have said something about China, but you know we've moved.
You've moved on.
We're
You've grown up.
politically correct now.
You've grown up since then.
So
you know.
it's all about endo.
So Dr. Amsu, go ahead.
We're
We've
all
got
wearing
our
a badge. I
pins.
don't
There you
know
go.
if you can see our badges, but we're in the endo badge, which endo gal VSG, as you all may know her on social media, Riana, Zackery.
Indeed.
You know, she brought us our goodies,
Welcome.
so we're in the wristband today. So
We got endo swag. We don't get any swag from anyone, but today Rihanna bought us endo swag. It's the first endo swag I've had forever. So Rihanna, welcome to the Great Black Detox. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the clinic. We're really happy to have you here. So you can say hi to your fans. I know.
Hello, everyone. I'm sure a lot of people will be watching the replay after all of this, but hey, thank you for tuning in to watch us and participate in the discussion.
Absolutely. And again, I want to thank Rihanna for coming in today. Rihanna's going to share with us. We hope we're going to have a little bit of discussion about endometriosis. For most people watching this, probably know what endometriosis is, right? And if you're suffering from endometriosis, you definitely know. And maybe we can jump straight in. And Rihanna, we talked about, off camera, and something that's really important. You're hearing more of these discussions now, especially in social media, because people are able to create their own forums on social media that we didn't have the ability to create in the general public. And we're talking about that. There are so many women, Rihanna, who are suffering from endometriosis that don't even know it. So tell us your story. I've heard it. It's very compelling, but I want all the listeners to hear your story and how you coped with it, how you dealt with it, how you found out about it.
My endometriosis story was a very long, drawn-out, trying process, I guess you could say. I had to fight like there was no other person in the world going through this. Little did I know that I have almost 180 million sisters suffering from the same condition all around the world. So, long story short, basically at the age of 14, I was standing in our outside school assembly, and next thing you know, I just passed out.
Wow.
I was just out cold, on the floor, 6 feet tall, having to be dragged by security and all this stuff to.
And that's here in
get
America?
some air. Back home in Belize.
Because Belize, you're from Belize, right?
Yes, I'm from Belize in Central America in
Yep.
the Caribbean. But yeah, after I passed out, they said, hey, you're overweight, your extra fat is causing extra estrogen to be made, so here's some birth control. And then when that birth control didn't work, they're like, here's some more birth control. Went to another doctor, here's a different brand of birth control. So I tried every birth control that you could possibly think of. I started off on those birth control pills that you're only supposed to bleed like once every quarter. Yeah, no, I bled through the whole thing.
So, what birth control was it exactly? We want names. We want names, dates, places, who's who. We need to know who's who.
That one was Seasonique, that you're supposed to bleed like every 3-4 months, and I bled through the whole thing, like a normal period, essentially. And then I also tried things
And was
like...
that an injection? Was that a pill?
It's
What
a
was
pill.
that? So
Seasonique is a pill.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they started trying all of these other birth controls. I was on Diane 35. They even tried Mirena, where they inserted a copper IUD into my uterus.
Yep.
And that didn't work. I ended up bleeding through that as well. I ended up hemorrhaging. Come to find out, the IUD was actually going into the lining of my uterus and was causing an infection there. So I had to get that pulled out. So I was also on Depo-Provera, which is a shot. That made me bleed for 6 months out of the year. So I've basically been through everything that they said will tone down endometriosis, would stop the bleeding from adenomyosis, would stop all of these issues, and I was still going through it.
Right, and talk about the psychological effects of this.
Let's just put it this way. Every single pill or added form of hormone that you try in your body, it has an adverse effect. Everything from all the crazy mood swings of being happy-go-lucky like I naturally am, to being sad, depressed, shut off from the world, to lashing out on people, being angry. Back then, if you even mention herbs to me or exercise or anything like that, then I would be cursing you out from here to Tuesday. I was like, do you know how serious my pain is? Like, no herb is going to fix what I'm going through. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Look, you've just been watching the Great Black Podcast. If you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure you go to the YouTube channel and you like, subscribe, and share.
Share it.
So we can
Share
keep
the
doing
love.
this. It's a give and take thing.